Bridges are more than mere structures. They span rivers, valleys, and divides, connecting places once separated. But bridges are not just about physical connection. Today, we explore the deeper philosophy behind bridges. In Malaysia, bridges symbolize national unity. As Rukunegara teaches, they transcend racial, cultural, and religious boundaries, bringing us together as one nation. Besides, building a bridge requires knowledge, practical skills, and teamwork. It reflects the values of Falsafah Pendidikan Kebangsaan, emphasizing holistic development. Moreover, a bridge can also be a symbol of sustainable development. Inspired by Falsafah Sejahtera, bridges are built to protect the environment and ensure harmony between humans and nature. Then, let us know the life philosophy of bridges. A bridge teaches us how to face life's challenges. It shows us that when confronted with obstacles, we don't stop, we innovate and build paths forward. What more, a bridge doesn't just connect places, it connects people. Whether it's cultures, families, or dreams, a bridge inspires us to forge new connections. When we see bridges crossing rivers, lakes, mountains, and valleys, we see human progress. Bridges connect places and show human wisdom. Engineers study the land, water, and soil to plan bridges. They use math, physics, and materials to design them. From old arch bridges to modern suspension bridges, each step shows a better understanding of how bridges work. Building bridges needs teamwork. Workers, engineers, and support teams work together. Each group does its job. Big bridges take many years to finish. Builders face bad weather, hard conditions, and problems with tools and plans. But people work with care and courage to make paths through mountains and build piers in fast waters. Every finished bridge shows how people change the world. Bridges remove barriers and help places connect. They let people share resources, spread culture, and grow businesses. Bridges are more than steel and concrete. They show how people want better lives and new ideas. They remind us how we learn to shape nature instead of just living in it. Bridges show that people can keep learning, working together, and solving problems to cross even bigger gaps in the future. This shows people's strong desire for progress. With great creativity, we overcome the blocks of rivers, lakes, and seas. By working closely together, we solve hard problems. Bridges are more than physical links. They also connect people and cultures. They show that people can adapt to nature and also change it. We keep moving forward for a better and richer life. Bridges show how people live and grow with nature, creating a great story of harmony and progress. Bridges, great structures that connect lands and cross barriers. A bridge is a large structure that joins different places and helps people get over obstacles. Behind it is a detailed and careful system of knowledge. From choosing materials, to designing the structure, to fitting it into the land, every step shows the cleverness of people. The basics of bridge building. Materials are the starting point of making a bridge. The qualities of metals, stones, and concrete have been carefully studied and understood over time. The shape and strength of a bridge come from structural planning, which uses math and models to make sure it can hold a lot of weight. At the same time, knowing the land well helps the bridge fit into mountains and rivers, so it works with nature while also solving problems. How people built this knowledge. This system of knowledge comes from people learning from what they tried before. Over time, they gained wisdom by testing and trying again and again. They started with old stone bridges and later made big bridges overseas. Many failures and successes helped people find the best way to build strong bridges. A sign of human progress. Every bridge is proof of how people learn and use what they know. Bridges cross big gaps and show how people keep trying to understand and improve. Using their knowledge, People build these structures to connect places and make new possibilities, showing their effort to grow and create. From ancient stone bridges to modern steel cable bridges, the use of materials has kept changing. Material science helps us know which stones last a long time and which metals can hold heavy weight. This knowledge comes from many tests and real-life work. Structural mechanics gives the rules for making bridges strong. Every beam, column, and joint is planned with careful math to make sure the forces are shared and passed on the right way. This keeps bridges standing in wind, floods, and shaking. The land around the bridge is also very important. The shape of mountains, the flow of rivers, and the type of soil all decide where and how the bridge is built. This needs a full study of nature.
From the perspective of philosophy and logic, bridge is a typical symbol of relational entity. Its significance is to connect separated objects, bridge differences, and embody the philosophical proposition of the unity of opposites. Logically, bridges are transitive and mediating, not only connecting the separation in physical space, such as the two sides of a river or a valley, but also symbolizing communication, transition and reconciliation at the abstract level, such as the exchange of ideas and the integration of cultures. The essence of the bridge depends on the existence of separation, and it is this difference that gives the necessity of the existence of the bridge, and the bridge realizes the integrity through the connection function and dispels the opposite state. It is not only a tool of material form, but also a metaphor of abstract meaning, carrying the common aspirations of human beings at the spatial, emotional, cultural, and spiritual levels. It is an important medium to transcend boundaries and resolve contradictions, reflecting the profound thinking of connection, harmony, and unity in philosophy. Take the Silk Road, for example. The Silk Road was not only a trade route connecting the East and the West in ancient times, but also a bridge across cultural barriers. It brought Chinese silk, tea, and technology to Europe, while introducing Western art, ideas, and religion. The role of this cultural bridge is not only the transmission of goods, but also the exchange of ideas and civilizations, which promotes the understanding and integration between different cultures. From a logical point of view, the Silk Road is regarded as a bridge because the premise of its existence is the cultural difference and geographical separation of the East and the West, and its significance is to connect this difference so that the two form a new integrity. Through the intermediation and transmission of the bridge, it transmits and transforms each other's characteristics to create a richer cultural ecosystem. This is a classic manifestation of the role of bridge in logic and philosophy.
In the vast and endless space and time, bridges are like strong lines connecting everything. They cross mountains and rivers, and they also connect people's hearts and histories. A bridge is not just a physical thing made of bricks, steel, and concrete, it also holds deep meaning. A bridge shows the idea of connection. It brings together separated lands, divided communities, and different cultures. It is like a pair of strong, gentle hands that bring people and hearts together, closing the gap between them and letting emotions and ideas mix freely. A bridge is also a symbol of hope, shining brightly through time. When people stand on one side of life and look toward the unknown, the bridge, with its strong presence, gives them the courage and strength to move forward. It encourages everyone to move toward the future with hope, crossing whatever comes in their way. Whether facing powerful rivers or tall mountains, a bridge always stands as a symbol of belief, helping people trust that there is no gap too wide or distance too far to cross. So, why do humans need bridges so much? This is because bridges are more than just physical objects. They are deeply connected to the human spirit. A bridge helps people communicate, bringing together different ideas and voices. It helps different regions, nations, and cultures understand each other and mix together, creating a picture of human civilization. A bridge also helps people overcome challenges, breaking through obstacles and helping humanity move toward better growth and development. Bridges, with their quiet and deep presence, carry people's dreams. They create a shining path in the world, leading us to keep exploring and moving forward. They help us reach for endless possibilities and hope, writing a great story for all people. Through crossing and connecting, the soul finds peace and a place to belong. The bridge is not only a physical structure that connects two places, but also carries the ideologies and values of different social and cultural contexts. Its design, construction, and use often reflect the political, economic, and cultural ideals of a particular society. 1. Bridge ideology in capitalist society. In capitalist society, the construction of bridges is often centered on economic development and market demand, focusing on efficiency, functionality, and return on investment. For example, economically driven, bridges in capitalist countries are often closely related to transportation, logistics, and trade. Combination of private investment and public resources. In the capitalist system, bridge construction sometimes involves private capital and adopts the public-private partnership model. This model emphasizes returns on capital, such as toll roads and bridges. Symbolism. In a capitalist context, a bridge may be seen as a symbol of technological progress and economic prosperity. 2. Bridge ideology in socialist countries. In socialist countries, the construction of bridges more reflects the values of collectivism and serving public interests, emphasizing infrastructure as a tool for the common development of all members of society. Public services and sharing. Bridges are designed as public resources that meet people's needs, rather than with profit as the primary goal. State-led and unified planning. Bridge construction in socialist countries is mostly government-led, reflecting the centralized management of infrastructure by the state. For example, the large-scale transnational bridges built in China's Belt and Road Initiative embody the country's grand vision for global economic cooperation. Political symbolism. In a socialist context, bridges often symbolize solidarity and mutual assistance. 3. Cross-cultural contrast and contradiction of bridges. Although bridges embody different values under different ideologies, they are not completely opposed to each other. Functional unity. Whether in capitalist or socialist societies, the primary function of bridges is to connect and facilitate people's lives. This function is more prominent in the context of globalization. The blending of ideologies. For example, socialist countries may also borrow market-oriented approaches to bridge building while drawing on capitalist technology and management experience. A capitalist society may also prioritize the public good due to policy orientation. Conflict and controversy. In some cases, however, bridges have also become symbols of ideological opposition. During the Cold War, for example, during the engineering competition between the United States and the Soviet Union.
Bridges and identity and belonging. Bridges are more than physical structures. They symbolize cultural, emotional, and social identity, connecting history, local culture, and human emotions. Historical and cultural landmarks. Witness to history. Iconic bridges like Jiaozhou Bridge and Alexander II Bridge represent historical eras. Cultural symbols. Designs like China's dragon carvings or Europe's Gothic arches reflect local traditions. Local identity. Community symbols. Bridges like Venice's Bridge of Sighs represent cities and regions. Cohesion. Rural bridges hold shared memories and connect communities. 3. Emotional ties. Home and belonging. Bridges evoke nostalgia and symbolize the journey home. parting and reunion, they embody emotions of separation and hope for connection. 4. Global and local identity. Cross-cultural links. Bridges like the recent connect nations and cultures, blending traditions. Modern bridges like Group4 Bridge combine global technology with local culture. 5. Symbolism and identity. Memory and culture. Bridges like Paris Seine bridges preserve local identity. Decolonization. They can transform colonial symbols into local cultural icons. 6. Artistic expression. Literature bridges symbolize connection in works like Yu Guangzong as nostalgia. Art bridges in art convey hope and unity. Summary. Bridges transcend their physical purpose, symbolizing connections between people, places, and cultures. They link history to the present, home to the world, and personal emotions to collective identity, embodying humanity as ties to space, culture, and memory.